as a coach, a consultant, a business owner, there's so many different products that you could create, that you could offer, that you could sell. But which product is the best for you? Should you do one-on-one coaching? Should you do group coaching? Should you create a physical product that you actually mail to people? Should you create a book that you market? Should you be a speaker, or all the above? Or should you create a membership program, a recurring revenue model that is earning you money every single month, that takes your thoughts and your mental energy out of constantly looking for new clients and allows you to be earning a steady income while delivering massive value to the people inside of your membership model? You might have already been thinking about a membership option for your business. Having one myself, and today we're speaking to Ryan Carruthers, who's an expert in membership models. Let me just tell you, you definitely want to employ one in your business strategy. I've had one for the last year. It's been instrumental to the business that I have, and I include it in many different offers. But we'll talk about that with Ryan, because we're going to dive into how you can introduce a membership model. Is it right for you? And when's the best time to incorporate this model into your business? And we're going to talk to Ryan in just a second. But you know the fee for watching or listening to the Be Better broadcast. When you take away a piece of value, advice, a philosophy, something new that made you think, share this show with one person who could use it the most. You're the reason this show has grown in the past year as explosively as it has. And we thank you for that, because you're part of the team. You're the one who's helping to make it happen. Simply share this show with one person who could use it the most. So without further ado, let's talk to our membership model expert, Mr. Ryan Carruthers. And for those who don't know Ryan helps entrepreneurs to create successful membership sites for their communities. He believes that life is all about staying curious. Monday is his favorite day of the week, so perfect day to talk to you, Ryan. And he credits his wife for helping him become a better person. He's built a wildly successful membership offer for his community, and he's here to show you how you can do the same. Ryan, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, brother.
It's a pleasure to be on the show as well. I wish you'd have told me as well how loud that music comes in, because you probably saw. Did you see how much I jumped when that music
I didn't
came
see
on?
you. You were a small square down there, but I'm sorry it scared you. Hopefully it got the adrenaline pumping so we can get right to things.
Oh, it got the adrenaline pumping. I was like, whoa, okay, right, now we're ready to go.
Well, you know how we like it here in the Americas, man. We like the music loud. We like it, we like rock and roll over here. I don't know how you do it over there, but it's just the way it goes.
Well, it depends, because I'm not the traditional Brit, like the traditional Brit that's like apologizing for who themselves. I am like loud. I am in your face. I've always been a big person. Like at 11, 12, I was 6 foot, and I would have this voice and a beard. Yeah, I was that freak at school that was so good at basketball because they were like 2 feet taller than everybody else. So I have a habit of being in people's faces. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a tall guy too, not 6'4", but it's nice being able to look over people's heads. But I'm excited to talk with you, Ryan, because we've never had someone come on the show to talk about the power of a membership model, how it works, when's the best time to incorporate it. Before we jump into really, your experience with membership specifically, what does your entrepreneurial journey look like? I know you mentioned you've been doing this for a decade now. How did you enter into this world, and how did that happen for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been an entrepreneur, and I haven't realized that until I started looking back. Steve Jobs says quite famously, "It's only by looking back can we connect the dots." And now I look back and I get asked this question a lot, and I go, so I've done a lot of things that were entrepreneurial throughout my life. For example, when I was in secondary school, high school over there, I was probably 12, 13. There was a kid who wanted to buy a guitar, and he decided to sell his PlayStation games so he could buy the guitar. And he came in with this sheet of paper with all the PlayStation games and accessories he'd got. And I just straight away said, "I'll buy them all." I said, "I'll buy them all." I didn't have the money to buy them. I said, "What do you want for them?" We negotiated a discount for buying them all. And then I said, "I'll bring the money in for you tomorrow." I went home. My dad picked me up from school, and I said, "Dad, you need to lend me some money, because I'm going to buy all of these PlayStation games from this kid. He was desperate to buy a guitar, and then I'll pay you back." So my dad had a window cleaning business at the time as well. So he said, "Well, you're massive, son. I'll give you the money, and you come and work with me on a Saturday morning. So you come work with me on a Saturday morning, and that'll earn your debt off." Great, fantastic. So I went to school the next day. I bought the games off the kid. And then I controlled the control and supply of this. So then I just started dripping them out eventually. So then I had all this cash going in because I was actually selling them for probably what they were worth. I negotiated a bulk discount. The guy got the money for his guitar. He didn't have to worry about people not paying and et cetera, et cetera. And then I came in and just so, but I've done that. I've done that throughout my whole life. I'm a physiotherapist by trade. And when I was at university, I was selling makeup at university to get through university. And then I ran my dad's company when I was 21 because he wasn't very well. So I stepped in and ran his company. And then I found the website Betfair and I started trading on Betfair. Then Betfair asked me, would you teach people to do what you're doing? And then this was like a real key lesson for me. I remember I taught for Betfair and somebody came up to me at the end and said, that's all well and good, Ryan, but I'm not going to do what you've told us. Can you just send us an email every day with the research that you've done on and I'll pay you for that? And that hit me in the face because, I was sort of 22, 23 at the time thinking, I've just given you the ability to make so much money and you're lazy, you don't want to do that. And then more people started to do that. So I said, yeah, of course you can. I'll send you a PayPal button. You PayPal me 15 quid a month and I'll just add you to an email list. And every day I'll send you an email. That has then built and built and built to this point where Betfair Trading Community is my big membership. And we have over 600 members that pay us every single month. And it's not £15 anymore. It's evolved into a software and coaching and a community. But I was really, really fortunate with that business because the way I've built it and the way I've set it up. My daughter was born in March last year. I took 6 weeks off with no work. 6 weeks, and I still got paid. My pay didn't drop. In fact, actually, it made more money when I wasn't there, which probably tells you something. So yeah, that's sort of all of my story into a couple of minutes, really.
I absolutely love that story. And it's, you've got the cool entrepreneurship story, which I don't have of, back in school, I bought the games and then I asked my dad for the loan and then he brought me to work and it's like a favor for a favor for a favor, which is literally what entrepreneurs are doing, right? We don't really know how we're going to make things happen, but we just start and we figure it out as we go. And it's cool because, by the way, what is Betfair? What is that, something that's big over there?
Yeah. So, I am desperate for Betfair to get into America. So Betfair is a betting exchange website. So it's not a traditional bookmaker. And what Betfair does is it matches people who don't know each other up, who are going to effectively bet with each other. And then they take a commission for that. But I noticed very, very early on that because Betfair isn't a bookmaker and it's an exchange, the odds move up and down and you can trade it like the stock market. So for example, I don't want to mention the Super Bowl result, but the Super Bowl was last night. So at halftime, a particular team was winning the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah. Now, what you could do is lay that particular team and say they're not going to win the match. And then you would be matched with somebody who says, no, they are going to win. So you would pay them if that team did win and you would get paid if it didn't. But what happens is, and as we know with what happened in the game, it changed. So the odds changed. Now, what you can do is trade out of that and guarantee a profit if it moves in your way. So you don't need your team to actually lose or win the game. So you take a reduced amount, but you get guaranteed locked in profit. So you don't have to wait till the end of the match for one team to win. Now, I noticed the markets moving and I noticed certain things that help them move and certain stats that you could research to help you decide which way it's going to go. So yeah, I built a stats engine that helps you back test your ideas. And it also, again, it was a partnership with one of my members who said they'd built it for his own trading. And you put all this information and all this data and it goes, these are the best trades. So effectively, like trading in Apple are a better shout than trading in something else. That's what we do, but we just invest in sports teams and athletes. So I get to watch sport and get paid for it.
Yeah, that sounds like a great deal, especially if you love sports.
Yeah.
Now, these individuals who were paying you 50 quid a month for the daily emails,
Mhm.
What kind of value were you bringing these individuals at the very beginning? And I ask this from a place of, okay, now you've got these individuals who want you to just supply them the information and not really do the work, right?
Yeah.
And you're not thinking at the very beginning, maybe you were, but I'm assuming you weren't thinking, oh, I can create an entire massive membership model off of this and build my entire business around this. You were probably just doing this one off for the people who wanted it and saw what it could grow into. Is that correct?
Yep, totally correct. I just thought, typical entrepreneur, oh, there's people that want to pay me for something. I'm already doing it. And this was one of the first sort of realizations for me, and especially for coaches, that you're already doing a lot of the work that would actually go into a membership. So I was already doing this myself. I was already getting up in the morning. I had the cat with me. I'd grab a coffee. I'd go through all of my data to find the best trades for that day. All I was doing was compiling those notes and putting them into an email and then sending them out to the people that were paying me. And that was where it started. And then there's a couple of things that really, really hit home for me was I didn't have any sort of other agenda with this. I didn't actually think, oh, this is going to grow into a huge membership or I didn't even know what a membership was, to be honest. I'd built the world's worst website on Wix, and I'd copied the code that PayPal gave me and put it on the website. And I thought that the web was smart enough to sort that out for me and put the button on. So I didn't even know that you had to go like enter, embed code and all that. I literally just copied what PayPal gave me and thought the website would know what to do. And it didn't. But what happened was people were emailing me going, can we get more? And then as that grew, I was spending more and more time getting into that world of Betfair. I was being dragged more and more in, and Betfair were promoting me more and lots of different things. So I was spending more and more time on their dedicated forum, and I realized that it was a horrible place. And I didn't want to be hanging out in that. And there was nobody else I could talk to who was doing Betfair trading. So I just thought, I'm going to create my own traders haven. And then I bought a new domain name because I did the whole, oh, I'm not just going to build the business bet green up, which was what the emails was called. I'm not just going to build that and amalgamate that into something. I'm going to start something totally new. Turns out it was the best thing I've ever done because I've got a really, really strong domain name now. But
Nice.
I bought the domain name Betfair Trading Community. So it's like Betfair Trading is the niche, and then
Yeah.
the community is what it is. And so much so that my competitors have tried to call their forums Betfair Trading Community to try and get some SEO like we do.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been loads of fun. Even to the point, right, where one of my competitors created a YouTube video talking about the launch of their Betfair Trading Community. Now, they didn't turn ads off on YouTube. So I recorded a video of me explaining very similar to the way they were explaining their community. And I just targeted that video and I put my video on Google Ads in front of theirs on YouTube
That's amazing.
for weeks. So yeah, I didn't really get that it was going to be this thing, but I am a very, very obsessive person. If I get into something, I love it. And I've realized that digital marketing, writing emails, marketing, I just love it. Like I love it so much that I just went down that rabbit hole.
I mean, I'm sure you love it because you can spend time with your family and work from
Yeah.
anywhere and
Yeah.
serve people and feel that and know that you're making a difference, but you don't physically have to be somewhere. You can work when you want to work. And a lot of people hear that and they're like, oh, that'd be great. But you still have to do the work, but you decide when the work gets done. You're not on a strict timetable. So are you still managing the Betfair community? Is that still your main business, or who are you working with now and how did you make that transition?
Yeah. So what happened with Betfair Trading Community was it got to a point and it was quite big. It was a bit too big for me to manage on my own. And one of the members in the community was a trader themselves, and I could just tell they were good. Like they were engaging in my community, they were answering the questions the right way, and I just knew this kid's good, and he's probably going to do his own thing. And then he sent me a message, and he was like, "Ryan, I've learned so much from you. You've made me a better trader. Can I please take you for a coffee? I'll jump on the train and I'll come and see you." And I said, "Yeah, cool, of course you can." So he did, and he was like, "Oh, part of the reason for me coming was I wanted to see you, I wanted to look you in the eyes and say, I'm going to build my own community because I love being in communities, and I love talking to people." And he'd had a history of teaching people who were unemployed how to get jobs before he found Betfair. So he was a natural educator. He loved it. And I said, okay, well, why don't we do a deal on Betfair Trading Community? Because my members already know you, they already like you. And I know if you go, some of them are going to follow you. Some will stay with me, but some are going to follow you. And he was like, oh my God, that'd be amazing. So we did a deal with him. So he came on effectively, initially, he came on as sort of like a semi affiliate. So he got paid a percentage for sales that he made, and he got paid like a retainer for certain tasks in the business. And then what happened was I was trying to build some software. So I was basically putting all my information into a spreadsheet every day, and then the calculations I'd made churned out figures. One of my other members, I posted in my group going, does anybody know a PHP coder? Because I want to build my system, which everybody always asked me for. I want to build that. And I've had a quote, and it was £300,000. So I was like, ooh, don't know about that. And one of my members said, I've built that exact system for my own trading. Why don't I meet you? So same thing. He came to Lincoln, he had a coffee with me. He was huge, this guy. He walked in my office, and I was like, wow, I'm not going to mess with him. He's massive. Even I had to look up to him. I was like, whoa. And he said, yeah, I mean, I can put this into Betfair Trading Community. I can share it, and we'll do a deal on it. So we did the same sort of deal. You know, he got paid a percentage, and then we all started getting paid a percentage of the new sales going forward. And then we carried on doing that for a good couple of years, and we just got to a point where we couldn't ever get past that, like a certain number monthly, and it was like, oh, what's happening here? And then I read the book Traction by Gino Wickman. Now, this book changed my life. This doubled my sales within 6 months. This book,
Wow.
it's the best book I've ever read, and it's like quite a workbooky type book. It's really, really good. And I mentioned to Adam and Martin. So Adam was my tech guy who had the stats, and Martin was my community manager. I said, I'm sending you both a copy of this book. Read it, otherwise we're done. We're implementing this system. And then Adam had actually said to me that he was really glad that we were implementing this system, because he'd read the book months ago and said, yeah, this is really, really good. This would be good for us. And he'd also seen that I was in the wrong role. I was managing the business, and I'm not cut out for that. Like, I'm a blue sky thinker. I'm a marketer. Like, let me do marketing.
Mm.
And so I got everyone together and said, right, let's do the values of the business. Let's do the vision traction organizer, as it's called in Traction. And it was very clear that I was in the wrong seat. Martin
Mhm.
was managing the community amazingly. He didn't need to change. Adam was the tech guy. He didn't need to change in that role. But I was managing the business, and I wasn't right for that. And it's really strange, because a lot of people always ask, how was that move? Did your ego get in the way, or did you actually not want to let the reins go? But once I'd read that book and I'd had the conversation with both Martin and Adam, it was really clear that I wasn't actually happy doing that anyway. I was fed up. It wasn't playing in my zone of genius. And then Adam said, well, I'm going to take over running the operations of the business. You're going to go into sales and marketing, and that's all you're going to focus on. So then we followed the Traction framework religiously for must be 6-7 years now. But our sales doubled in 6 months from doing that. And
Hmm.
we've added to it as well. So if anyone has read that book and they have a team, there's a couple of things that we've done that have really sort of taken that up another level. And one of them was, you go for a weekly scorecard. Now, the scorecard is very simple. If you're laying on a beach, 5 to 7 things that you need to know whether your business is growing or not. So then you know where the gaps are in your business. Now, that's part of the weekly meeting. And the weekly meeting is imperative. Like, speaking to your team every week is so, so good. And it did 2 things for me. One of them was, you have an issues list that if your business isn't on fire, you add these issues to the list and you talk about them in the meeting. Now, there's so many things that as entrepreneurs and as business people every day, we go, oh, but that's come up, and then we focus on that, and then the end of the day comes and we go, we haven't done what we wanted to do today. So the issues list is great. It gets you out of your own head. But we also added in the scorecard section a leadership personal development section. So I said, as a business, we will have a budget for books, for courses, etc. And what I want to do is we all have our own zone of genius. We all do different things. But every single week, at least once a quarter, we have to have done a course or read a book. And then we talk about that on the meeting. So because traction made such a big difference in our lives as a business, I feel like books can do that on lots of different other sections. So now every week we go, oh, what have you been reading? What are your takeaways from it? And we've got so many different things from that, even to the point of where we've all read a book, the same book, and all got something different from it that we've then applied to the business that's enabled the business to move forward. And just that like tweak alone has been really beneficial.
Very valuable. I love the business tips there. By the way, I'm sure we could just Google it, but just so people don't have to rewind, although I recommend you do, just because we talked about a lot of great stuff there. Who's the author of Traction?
So it's by Gino Wickman.
Gino Wickman.
And it's a black cover with big orange letters on it, Traction.
Thank you for that.
It will change your life.
I'm going to read it. Yeah, I'm excited. I've heard of Gino Wickman, but I haven't heard of that specific book. So thank you for that. So now we're in the time now, and you've decided, hey, I want to help people to create a membership offer for their communities based on the long-standing success that I've seen this make in my own life and in my own business. Is there a specific type of person or profession or coach that a membership site is best for or right for?
If you'd have asked me this question a couple of years ago, I'd have said yes. But now I've been helping people for 2 years do this. I would say no, because what happened was a man came to me and he said, I've got this idea for a membership. And I said, okay, cool. What is it? He says, I want to create a membership to teach cat owners to train their cats. Now, I have had cats all of my life. I love cats. Training one of those, I think, is probably nigh on possible. So getting people to part with their money to train cats, I didn't think would work. I was so wrong. Turns out this wonderful thing we call the internet will help you find pretty much anyone, anywhere. And yeah, he built a membership training people to teach cats. So I now do not think there is any niche that cannot do this. I think you need to understand your niche and you need to understand what they want, but you can basically build what they want and people will buy it. Like case in point, a cat membership. Crazy.
Now, if you don't mind going into some details behind let's talk about this client with the cat training as an example, because I think that's great, because no matter what kind of coach you are, whether you are helping business owners to become more confident before presentations, or you're helping somebody, like you talked about earlier, go from unemployed to employed, like whatever it is, you're a coach, a career coach, business coach, anything, you can take what you do and you can put it in that placeholder of cat trainer. So let's use that fun example, because I love that, because it's outside the box, but it also bursts the belief that this might not be good for you, because like you just said, this can be good for anybody. Now, the cat trainer, I love this, by the way, because I have 2 cats myself, and I don't know what I would train them in, but they definitely could use some training, I suppose. How did he determine his pricing for this membership model? And if you remember, what did this membership model entail for the people who paid to be a member?
Oh yeah, I remember this one. This one I will never forget, because I was like, when he replied, I was like, look, I genuinely don't think this is going to work, but I will help you. I don't think I should take money off you until we get this, till we prove this. And so I have the way that I like to work to determine pricing is very, very straightforward. I think about the offer that you're going to make. So think about, and this is where a lot of people struggle with offers. They really sort of overcomplicate what they're going to offer, what they should offer their customers, their clients. So you just think, okay, well, what is their ultimate goal? What is your customer's ultimate goal? So his ultimate goal for the customers was to get cats to behave better. So if you just write that at the top of a piece of paper And then underneath that, you just put done for you, done with you, resources. Okay. And then write some lines down it. Now just think of every single thing that you can do for that person to get them that result. So can you fly out to their house? Can you train their cat? Can you show them exercises? All of those things, everything you could do for them. Okay. Now what could you do with them? So you could show them a video on how to train their cat. You could show them like how to move the litter tray into the toilet so the cat uses the toilet instead of a litter tray or litter box, as you guys call them. And then what resources do you know that would save people time, effort, and money and energy? And then just put that out. Now you have a pretty strong offer. But that's where a lot of people stop. And that's when they teach you how to create an offer. They go, right, there's your offer. Go and do that. But that doesn't build a membership or a business on your terms. So now what I want you to do is start underneath that, looking at how you want to work. So what we did was go, well, do you actually want to fly out to people's houses to teach their cats? Well, no, Ryan. America is a big country and I don't want to spend loads of time and money, even though I'd get paid for it, flying all over America. And as well, there is a limit on what people will pay. So I know I wouldn't fly somebody out to my house to come and train my cat. So, okay, it's not feasible and I don't really want to do it if it was me. So he didn't. So it's like, but I could record videos. Okay, great. Now let's look at the recording videos. So then my next question was, are you actually already doing that for somebody else? Do you have clients in the local area that you are working with? Yes. Do you think they would mind if you recorded videos of you doing your exercises with their cat? Oh, well, they might do. Okay, well, ask them this. Ask them if they would like a 10% discount off your services if they let you record the videos so that you can use them in the future. Oh, that's a good idea. So guess what? He did it. They loved it. He's now got all of his content and he was already doing the job. So he was already going to somebody's house. He was already taking a cat that was crazy and then doing these steps. So this is how you determine if the cat has this kind of problem and you want to train them for this problem. This is what you do, etc., etc. So from there, then what we could do was do some market research and go, okay, what are people's objections to buying this service?
Mm.
And what do people actually want to pay for it? So we wrote a very, very simple sales page, which was just a Google Doc. So every single human being could do this. If you're following along and you're doing these steps, you can make $1 million just following these steps. Like it really, really is that simple. Once you've done that, then start to put that together on a Google Doc. So at the very top of the Google Doc, put what you want it to be called. So turning your cat from a feral monster into a lovable kitty. Okay.
I love how good you are at this, man, because you're not even the cat expert, but you are at the same time.
Yeah, it's marketing. I'm just like, I can
Yeah.
get it. And then it's like a 5-step formula to get your cat from jumping at you all the time and you hating it to curling up on your lap and becoming your best friend, right? So all we've done there is write a headline and a subheadline. Now, if you're struggling to write headlines, just look at what you're doing. Look at what you've bought. What have you bought recently? What was it called? Why did you buy it? What did the sales page look like? Go on to Medium and just total open mind, go on to medium.com and look at the blogs that are pulling out at you. Why are they pulling out at you? You can rewrite the headlines of them and use them. Like you can just use those. Then we started to just tell a story about how he got into this, how he had a feral cat and he was desperate to not give this cat up. And then he scoured the internet. He searched for every piece of information so that he didn't have to give the cat up. So what all you're doing there is the Pixar stuff, like Disney. Once upon a time, there was a duh who met a duh, and then they found this, and then this happened, and then this was the result. And then a fairy tale ending was made. That's all you're doing. And then we just started to handle a few objections. So this does mean you have to talk to people, but you only need one or two. There is so many. You can find so much by going to YouTube, going to your competitors on YouTube, find their top 3 videos, mute their videos because nobody wants to listen to their competitors. Got to be most popular videos though. Mute them, 3 tabs, scroll to the comments. There's so much gold in the comments.
Wow.
Like there is so much gold in the comments. Firstly, you've got that video performing well on YouTube. That could be your lead magnet. You could take that video, take the value from that, and rewrite it as your lead magnet. But the comments is gold because that person hasn't answered everything. So people ask questions. Great, there we go. So you've got that. Then go to Amazon, look at books in your niche, look at the reviews. Because how many times have you seen a review that is just boring? You haven't. Try and find one that's boring. People tell stories when they write a review. So I was looking for a gift for my son, and then this book came up. He's interested in digital marketing. He told me that this was the best digital marketing book he has ever read in his life. This helped him do. So you've got where he was before and where he was after. You've got all of this information. You started to build all of this out. Put these objections on a page on Google, and then just put a price on it. Then send people to a survey. Now, what I've tried recently from doing this is that I've actually recorded a video. And if you want to go to tally.so, tally.so, it is a free form builder. So it looks exactly like Typeform, which you have to pay for. This is free. As long as you don't want to put them into a workspace, which you don't need to. You could build a really cool looking form, put a video of you just describing exactly what I've done. Put the copy underneath, so the whole thing underneath. Then just ask people, first name, surname, email address. Do you want to buy it? Yes, no. What makes you most want to buy my membership? What makes you least want to buy my membership? If I could add one thing to it, what would you want it to be? Okay? Because this is so simple. You've put a rough price on there because what you've done is go, right, how many do I want to sell? How much do I want to make a year? Do I want to make 120 grand? I want to make 120,000. Okay, great. How many memberships do I have to sell to make 120,000? Well, how many people do I want to serve? Do I want this membership to have lots of people in at a low price or not many people at a higher price? Now, to determine that as well, you need to determine, are you making the money? Are you saving the money? Are you saving them time? Because they're the things that are the higher ticket items. So we're talking like your 197 a month now. When it's as small as something like this, 97, I think, is probably the max for that.
Got it.
Because you're not making the money.
But if you are making the money, then you can go into the higher ticket. And in your experience, higher ticket in the membership models. And by the way, guys, if you're again, just using this other example, if you're a confidence coach for C-level executives, what is it worth to a C-level executive to feel more confident going into a meeting where they will make a decision or a presentation that could possibly earn them millions of dollars? What is that worth monthly to the C-level executive? So a big part of this, I'm sure, comes down to who are you marketing to? If it's cat owners, which is a very, broad segment of the world, then, like you said, a max of maybe $97, depending on, you could even include like a physical gift that you send them each month for that. Like there's so many different things that you can do. And obviously that adds some levels of complexity to things because now you're shipping things, but that could be in the future. But for the higher ticket membership offers, from your experience, what do those generally look like per month for the people who buy that offer, for the ones that are actually making people money?
So, yeah, I think one of the things that you really hit upon there, and we should definitely touch on, is that you talked about the cost of not achieving the result. So, C-level executive, for example, can make millions of dollars in sales. So the cost of them not having your membership is millions of dollars. So if you can think about that and go, well, what are they going to get from this membership? Wow, okay. And then ask yourself, is your idea of what you've wrote down to give them, is that going to get them the result? And do you think it's valuable? And if it is, then okay, great. Now, here's a tip though, because nobody will value themselves properly when they first start. They'll go, oh, yeah, but I don't know if that C-level executive who's going to make millions of dollars in sales should actually be paying me 197 a month because I don't believe in myself. So on this Google Doc, just go with a beta pricing. Like first 50 people, founding members, are going to get this for 97. Test if it works. Because if it works at 97, then you can start to incrementally increase the pricing. Does that answer your question?
I love that. So start with a founding member's price. And it's so funny that you say this because you're a master at this, so it's not funny. I guess it just makes sense. But I haven't talked to other people really who have membership models. But that's exactly what we did for the Be Better Academy, which is for sales professionals and coaches. And we started with a founding price of $97 a month. And we also offered the option to pay for 12 months up front. And if you bought the 12-month option, then you got a discount. We let you in the program for $897 for the full year versus paying, almost $1,200 over the course of 12 months. And it's fascinating because most of the people knew me because the founding members I offered in my existing community, 90% of them went for the yearly 12-month option. One, so they didn't have to think about the investment, but it saved them $300 to $400 right off the top. And that was my founding price.
And I found that as well, that like one of my best ever sales campaigns is a Black Friday one where I just said, make me an offer. So literally make me an offer. It's only on annual pricing. Make me an offer of what you can afford, what you can pay. My team thought I was flipping crazy. They said, people are going to absolutely take the pee here, Ryan. I said, I genuinely don't think they are, because we clearly explained, if you're taking the mick, we're not going to accept it. And a few people did. They were just like, oh, £30, because that's all they could afford. But that was fine. It was like, okay, well, we won't do that, but we'll do something else for you to help you out. Most people were like 10, 15, 20% for a yearly. But we retained 90% of those people the next year. And they got so much value that even when we run the Black Friday deal again, they said, we'll pay full price. We're going to pay full price. It's criminal that we're getting this cheap. And I'm like, you took 10% off it. That was all. And some of them even then came back for the Black Friday and said, I'm going to pay you 20% more because I got so much value from you. But then that tells you something with your membership. So now you've done your founder's price and you've got that money coming in. One of the things with a membership is we get people in for a lifetime value. Like we get them in and they might stay for 10 months before they churn out. Okay, great. But what that means is to acquire, we're going to hit a certain point, and to acquire more members, we're going to have to spend money to do that. We're going to have to build the email list. We're going to have to pay to go on podcasts. We're going to have to pay to do lots of different things, ads, Google, everything that we're going to have to do. But if you know that a lot of your market like to pay yearly, then you can heavily bonus that. So one of the things that I like to do is think about all of their objections that they would have, and then think about what I can give them that actually handles that objection as a bonus. Now I can then do that as a yearly, because now if I'm spending money on ads, I'm now getting, say in your example, I'm now getting a big chunk of money up front. So I don't have to wait for that continuity income where I've spent maybe $200 to get a member, but I know they're going to stay for 10, 11, 12 months. I know they're going to do that on a monthly, but I've now outlaid all that money to get that member at 200. Now I'm 50% in the hole. I've got to wait till next month to be break even, and then the month after to get into profit. So I've got cash flow that, which is fine. But if I know that people are buying my membership up front for the year, then that is a different ball game. That is a whole different game. If you can do that continually, then you know that they're going to be around. And you also know, and I've tested this, they commit. Once they're in for the year, they're like, whoa, I am in. They're not looking at the billing statement the next month. They've paid, they've committed, they're in. They are going to be some amazing members.
Oh, man, I freaking love this. And I have so many different areas I want to jump into here. And I want to respect your time at the same time. So I will jump right into it. But for those listening right now, coaches, and just think of the opportunity that you have here. Like, you can build your own community that is paying you monthly. They're paying you yearly. You get to show up a few times a week, right? Based on your offer. Like my offer at the beginning was, and it still is, a Tuesday mastermind where we all meet. We talk about what our wins are, what our challenges are, what we're going to do for the next week. We support each other. We help each other. And it's generally a group of 10 to 15 people. And the Thursday session is the mastery session, where we literally dive into a specific piece of coaching and business to enroll clients, sales, whatever it is. And it's an hour to an hour and a half of just going in on this one topic, getting personal with it based on who joined the mastery session that week. And that is $197 a month, right? And that takes 2 hours of my time. You've got 15 people in that specific program. You can do the math, right? This is the best return on your time. And I know that an objection that you might have, and I know this because I talked to many of you, is, well, Brandon, you know, I'm a one-on-one kind of person. I love to go deep with someone. That's awesome. You can still incorporate a one-on-one option, right? You can include, like what I did at the beginning, I included one-on-one call each month on top of the mastermind and the mastery sessions. And that was a steal, right? Because normally a one-on-one call with most people is $250 to $500 for the hour, maybe even more, depending on if you're helping that person make money or save time, like what you mentioned, Ryan. So you can build and craft the offer to your strengths. But keep in mind, people aren't looking for you to be the best speaker or group presenter. People are looking for you to solve the problem that they joined the membership platform for. They don't care if you say a few times, if you're nervous a little bit. They want the information that you hold inside that can help them to take action. But it's also important to realize that people are going to join your membership who are heavy action takers. They take everything you give them and they go out and do it immediately. And they're like, what's next? And they're back the next week. I've got some people who join 3 sessions a month and they join for the little bit of extra accountability it gives them. And I don't force that person to do more. If that's what you want to join for, if that's the value you want to take out, awesome. I have some people who join just to meet the other new people who join. And I accept that. Like, that's awesome. They do it for networking. They do it to meet new people. They do it to build their own community. That's awesome. People are going to join for different reasons. But I love how we've talked about creating the offer so far. We've talked about pricing the offer. We've talked about some marketing that goes beyond the offer, the headline, the subheadline, sending it out to your audience, surveying your audience. And guys, your audience can literally, you don't even have to have an email list. Your audience could be your Facebook profile. Your audience can be your LinkedIn. It can be your Instagram. It can be your local town if you're part of clubs. Like, go have conversations with people the way we did in 1980 and 1990. Like, what I want to talk to you about now, Ryan, is because dude, this isn't even like a lot of the stuff we talked about is the business stuff, right? You're the marketing guy. So let's talk about how to market the membership offer. And let's start here. Let's say that a coach is listening and they have a brand new lead magnet. Okay. And they're like, oh my God, I want to use this lead magnet to move people then into my membership program. What would you recommend in today's strategies and methodologies to move people from a lead magnet to the membership strategy? What does that look like?
Yes. So I'll just give you the best one, and it's to do a challenge. So twist that lead magnet a little bit. So let's actually, because one of the things that we've got to start with is knowing your own purchasing behavior. You don't just go and buy things anymore. And I think the whole online world and digital marketing, people are getting very fed up, and they know that they are now just being sold to when they give you their emails. So a lot of people give you fake emails and different bits and bobs. I mean, if I try and get something on my phone now, if I opt into something on my phone, Apple iCloud pops up and gives me a fake email so that I can get the thing. So let's just know that. And then let's think, what is the goal of your membership? What do you want to do with your membership? So for me, I want to get people who already have a membership to 100 members. That's what my program does. So I need people that have probably got sort of 5 to 10 members. They've already got started. So that's what I need them to be at. But if you're a coach or a consultant, think of your dream client. Where do they need to be for you to just go, oh my God, I want more of them? You know, we all have those clients where we go, I just want loads and loads of them. Now, I don't think that there is such a thing really as a bad client. Yeah, there's some that don't pay, etc. But the way that I try and envisage them is the same way that I envisage my daughter. She's come into my world. She doesn't really have a clue what's going on, like, at all. She doesn't know what's going on. It's up to me to teach her, to be the teacher, to empower her to know what goes on in this world. I mean, I wish you would have listened to me last night and not screamed the house down all night, but it's my job to do that. Now, it's the exact same with your clients. They're coming in, they're going, oh, okay, well, this is this, and this is this. You've got to understand human psychology. There's two messages that are seen in every single thing you put out. One is the one that you say. And number two, the B message, is what people actually see, hear, and feel. Because every single human being on this planet, without fail, feels misunderstood. You can tell that. Just watch two people have coffee and one of them explain a situation to them, and the other one's desperate to go, no, 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 you don't understand. You don't understand where I'm at. So now we know all of that. We know what a dream client would look like for us, and we know where they need to be for us to work with them. So we build an email challenge out. We give them a lead magnet that's totally different to everybody else, right? What we do is we can set this up on Facebook. Facebook ads is great for this, by the way, because the ads are cheap, the targeting's good, and you can build a lookalike list, and then you can put it into Facebook and get even more people. We advertise a free 5-day training. Not many other people are doing this. So a free 5-day training. I'm going to get you from here to there. I'm going to get you from no clients to 5 clients. So if you're a coach that teaches people how to make sales, I'm going to show you how to close your first sale in 5 days. Oh, that's a little bit different to a PDF that you're giving away, isn't it? So then what we're going to do on the thank you page where they've opted in, we are going to blow their flipping socks off, because thank you pages are wasted real estate. You've gone to one and it's gone, yeah, check your email. There'll be a thing in your inbox. Oh, boring. Let's go for it. Let's put a video on there. Let's just wow them. So when I do the Facebook ads, it directs them to a page where it's me going, you have made the best decision ever. So first thing I've done is reiterated that they're in the right place, they've made the right decision, and I'm going to make them feel safe. Okay, that's really, really important. And then I'm going to tell them the next steps. Over the next 5 days, what's going to happen? Very, very simple. I'm going to send you an email every single day. Every single day, there's going to be a really, really short video in there. It's less than 5 minutes long. There's only one thing you need to do. But if you do that, you are going to get this result. The first email is on its way to you now. The subject line is da 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 da, and it's from da 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 da. Go and check for that. Now, I guarantee if somebody's just given you their iCloud fake email, they are scrambling at the bit to get that back on that list. Oh my God, they'll be messaging, they'll be desperate to get in touch with you. Then all you need to do is just deliver these videos. But remember, what we're doing is we're actually pre-qualified people to become good clients. And then at the end of that 5-day sequence, we just send 3, 4, 5 sales emails going, have you enjoyed this? What result did you get? Do you want to get more of this? Come and join the membership. So that's one email. Here's another email. This isn't for people like you. This is for people like you. So who is the membership for? Tell a story about one of your members. So a really, really good framework is start with a story of one of your members. Okay, so that's a story. Then the next email, what's the actionable steps that that member took to get that result? Okay, so there's another email. So you've got one story. Everyone here has got one success story from a client. I'm going to show you how to turn that into 4 pieces of content, 4 emails. You've got the story, write it out. That's one email. Oh, and if you want results like this, you can join my membership. Here's a button below. Boom, in they go. Second one, actionable one. So some people like story, some people want action. Okay, so here's the actionable steps that that person took. So the other day, I told you about Brandon. He had an amazing story. He went from no sales to 1 sale in 5 days following my freebie. He then joined the membership, and that month he closed 20 sales. I told you about that on that email yesterday. Here's how he did it. Boom, 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 boom. Also, just another one, Brandon. When I'm on a podcast, my goal is to get the host to write so many notes that they've never wrote as many notes before.
Dude, 2 pages, man.
Yes. So then you've got that actionable email. If you want to get the same results, go and join my membership. What's the cost of them not taking action? How much money are they missing out on? Boom, there's your boom, go join the membership. Now we look at what's the behavior about that. What's the behavior that that person had? Where were they at? So Brandon came to me, and he said, Ryan, I need to make this amount of money this month to pay for da, 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 da. Okay. What was holding him back? Well, this was holding him back. This is what we did to get past that. And this is what I can do for you. Wow. So that's another email. You've now shifted their behavior. You've shown them how easy and simple it is and how safe it is working with you. And then the last one is just very, very simple. It's an analytical email. So what were the raw numbers? How much did Brandon make? How much did it cost him? How much time did it cost him? What did he have to do? Boom, 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 boom. If you've got this, come and get this. If you've got $100 like Brandon, come and test my membership out for the first month. Do you know that it's totally risk-free? If you don't make money in the first month, I will give you your money back. Boom. What you've done with that email sequence is you've taken somebody who might not be a great client in your eyes to totally understand to be a great client. They've gone through your content and gone, I like Brandon. I like the way he is on camera, because we also get to see your eyes. We get to see how you move. We get to see the be better sign above your head. I get to have a taster of your email, of your membership, see what it's like, see what you're like. Great. Then a bonus email is record the whole process from signing up to logging in to the inside of your membership and send that out to them as well. They will buy from that email, I guarantee it.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people going, oh yeah, but that's all well and good, Ryan. You can write emails like this, pow, 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 really, really easy. I've given you the direction, the prompts to write the emails. Now, if you go to hemingwayapp.com, it's a free app. Notice a lot of the things I've given you are free, so you don't even need to spend any money. If you write your emails in Hemingway, it will tell you what grade those emails are at. You want to be a grade 5 or below. Rich Sheffron used to write for Agora, and he told me that every email over a grade 5 or above bombed. Everyone below worked. They have sold billions of dollars. Agora Financials are one of the biggest publishing houses in the world. They sold billions, and they're writing emails at a grade 5 level. Every single human being on this podcast can write at a grade 5 level. In fact, it makes it easy. But what Hemingway also does is it tells you the words that are wrong. So it goes, take that word out, use a different word, shorten it here. So you could just plug them in and go, right, now I've got grade 5 emails or below that are going to make me loads and loads of money. And I've got my email system and I can now fill my membership. So with this podcast, you can actually build your offer, market your membership, and get cracking. And just to tie a bow on it, if you use SparkToro.com, which is Rand Fishkin's free software, there is a paid version, but you don't need that one. If you take some of your competitors or the words that they have in their bios and lots of different bits and bobs, you plug it into SparkToro, it will tell you who those kind of people follow on Facebook. So then when you go and build your ads on Facebook, you've got a list of people and hidden gems who big companies won't be targeting, so you can bring your costs down. Go into Facebook, create lead ads, drive them to this page where you're talking about this free training, and just go and do that. And then go and look on the Facebook ad library, put in Ali Björk, put in Ryan Dice, put in Russell Brunson, put in marketing people, and look at the ads they're using, right? Because these are ads that are working. Look how long they've been running and just pick apart their ad. So, oh, they're doing a 5-day training. How are they writing that ad? Well, it's been running for a year. Probably working if it's still been running after a year. And then you just copy that and tweak it with your offering. You've now got your ads done for you.
And I think it's so important. And by the way, just awesome. Like the process there, like everyone listening, coaches listening, rewind 10 minutes and re-listen to everything. I mean, there's so many gems in this conversation, but re-listen to everything from the challenge onward, right? You've got your offer, they've got your lead magnet, whether it's a PDF or a video, like you just mentioned, by searching the competitors' videos, making a video similar to that. Like you've got that. Now you've got the challenge you're bringing them through to help them implement that has its own set of videos or its own set of PDFs, or even if it's just a really well thought out and well done email at the grade 5 level, then that could be all you need. And then when you're sending those sales emails, which really, if you guys think about it, sales is really just you serving them. How can you serve them? Now that they've gone through the challenge, hey, how did the challenge work for you? Would you like to take this to the next level? Join this community where we will guide you by the hand to implement the things that this challenge talks about. And you know what? 1 in 5 people might do it. 1 in 10 people might do it. But you're going to get more and more and more people through this funnel. But this could also lead to one-on-one clients if you want to do that. Now they're in your community. They want to work more closely with you one-on-one. Hey, Ryan, that's awesome. I'd love to work with you one-on-one. There's a different investment associated with that for me to serve you at that higher level. And I'm more than happy to talk to you about what that looks like and how I support my clients. Like from this membership model, so many other opportunities can stem from this that looking at it as just a membership model is criminal, because there's so many different directions you can go with this monetization strategy. And what I love about it is you can start it and build this realistically in a week. If you're very, very driven, 3 days, you can get the email campaign up. You can get the website going, especially if you have something like ClickFunnels or whatever. But don't listen to this if you're brand new and say to yourself, oh, it'd be nice, if I had the website to do this, if I had the email list. Like, just start bare bones, start small. You don't need all the fancy stuff. You can get started with the bare bones structure of what we're talking about, even if you're sending these emails in a manual fashion to a group of 5 to 10 people. Like, you got to do what you got to do, just like you selling the video games, man. Like, you didn't know, but you figured it out, and look at where you are now. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about, and really the most important thing, because this goes deeper in everything you've already talked about, is your membership mastery. So can you tell us a little bit about membership mastery? If it's anything like what you've been talking about already, and it's even deeper into those things, it's incredible, like automatically. But from your own mouth, tell us a little bit about membership mastery and who it's for.
Yeah, so it's for people that already have started. They've already taken that first step. You can have 1 member, you can have 10 members, you can have 100 members. I can get you to the next level. I've been where you are, I guarantee it. I've made the mistakes that you've made. So that's what it is. It's a monthly membership, and I have various different levels. At the minute, there is a wait list to join because I am maxed out. So the level is $197 a month, and we have, it's very, very similar to what you do. I have a weekly group coaching call. I have private coaching on there as well. So you can actually get one-on-one help from me, which is really, really great. I use an app for that called Video Ask. And then there's also my Get 100 Members framework. There's a bonus in there of a 20K roadmap as well. So how to get your membership to 20K. And that's it. I do have 1 slot available. I do work on a retainer if somebody is wanting, if they're struggling with emails and they want emails to be done for them, then we do work on a retainer model there. We can also do rev share depending on your offering, just because I really like doing emails. So you spoke about like where it can go. It's like, I like writing emails, so I have my membership. People struggle writing emails. I give my members emails that they work. Like, one of my members used one of the emails I wrote for her and got 5 sales straight away.
Wow.
She's never made 5 sales in a month before, so it's great. So yeah, that's how you sort of do it. And if you want to engage with me, I know you're going to put all the links. Twitter, I'm all over Twitter. I love Twitter. I think Twitter, if you are not on Twitter right now, you are missing a huge trick, because it is buzzing for coaches, for sales, for everything. It's so good. So you just need to search for Ryan Carruthers there and you'll find me, or just email me, ryan@themembershipmastery.com.
Incredible. Everyone, links are in the description to reach out to Ryan and go deeper into these things. And Ryan, it's been incredible having you on the show, my friend. Thanks for going deep into these principles. I kept you for a long time because I personally wanted to know a lot of these things. And I feel like I'm coming away from this conversation with a strategy that I can follow with a new lead magnet I have to take that to where I want to take it. So thank you very much for your time, brother. And everyone, links are in the description to go check out Ryan. Ryan, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Again, whether you're brand new to coaching, whether you already have an existing audience, you've been doing this for 6 months, 1 year, 5 years plus, whatever it is, there is an opportunity here for you to build an incredible community around yourself, provide massive amounts of value, to put a premium price tag on this membership offer. Again, depending on what results you can get the people going through it. But this is an opportunity, like Ryan said, for anyone, whether you're training cats, helping people to be more confident, whether you are a business coach or whether you're a consultant, a leadership coach, whatever it is, this is an opportunity that you can take part and enroll in. And again, for you to check out the Membership Mastery with Ryan, links are in the description to that, his Twitter page, his email, as well as his YouTube channel, so you can follow him wherever he is and wherever you like to hang out. as well. As always, if you took away anything from this conversation, and I know that you did, share this show with one person who can use it the most. And as always, thank you for watching. And until we talk again next time, continue to be better.